I have with me this morning Stephen Barrington from the Freight Club, who are based in Felixstowe. They do a lot of charitable work, and we've got Stephen here who's going to tell us a lot about it. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
So, when did it all begin?
Well, the Freight Club was founded back in 1995. It was just a group of shipping people who decided that it would be a good idea to have a club for like-minded, and that was the beginning, because they felt there was a need for have a sort of friendly social networking club. And it developed from there.
Fantastic. So, okay, 1995 you started. How did it sort of come about as such? I mean, the idea was there. So, did you a whole group of you get together and sort of say, well, okay, this is what we want to do? And
well, yes, and well, this is going way back. I really don't know background so far, but of course there are. Or there were already then freight clubs in London and Glasgow.
Yes.
So I suppose that the idea came over here because, and of course, Felixstowe was developing very quickly to the status it has now as a sort of premier port in the country.
Yes.
So, and there are of course hundreds and hundreds of companies in and around Felixstowe who make their living out of shipping. So.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yes, so definitely in the 90s, that was definitely the heyday. As far as shipping was concerned. You know, everybody you worked in yourself, or you knew somebody who worked in it. So that was definitely the way forward. Obviously, as I said, it's all shipping based. Going back to that game, shipping, forwarding.
Yes, it's shipping and shipping lines, shipping agents, hauliers. Yes. Warehouse keepers, well, just about everybody who is involved in this industry.
Yeah, which is brilliant. So you have meetings?
Yes, we normally have a lunch 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And the next lunch is actually going to be a dinner, which is on the 20th of September, because. We thought it would be interesting to see if we could get more people interested, because the meetings take a long time. We normally have these lunches on a Thursday, and it takes 4 or 5 hours to get through the thing with the speaker and comedian and all that. And I think people find it more and more difficult to spare staff in these busy days, for that sort of time. So we hope we'll only see what happens on the 20th of September, so we can take it from there.
Exactly, it's a dinner, and it's more sensible in a way, isn't it? Because then you've got the whole evening as well.
Yes, yeah.
It's more of a social thing in a way, isn't it?
Yes, and it might also be easier for people who come far away from Felixstowe to visit us, because we have people coming from Southampton, Tilbury, all over the place, and they, of course, really have to spend the night here too.
Well, exactly. Yes.
So with the weekend following, that should be all right.
Yes, of course. We hope. Exactly, and enjoy the benefits of Felixstowe.
Oh yes.
We have got a lot to offer. Yes. We're not just a shipping port. We are a nice little town as well.
It is a vibrant and exciting town, as somebody tells us every now and again.
It's not a bad little place to live in. But the ideas of the dinners, obviously, is to raise money. But you've got charitable causes that you...
that sounds very nice. I don't think that is the idea. The idea is to have fun, to have a social function.
Oh yes, that is
where also the shipping people can invite their customers, of course.
Yes, exactly.
It's a good do. We have very good speakers, good comedians. It's a very pleasant thing. But we are not there to make money. The money which is left at the end of the day goes to charity.
Exactly. So can you sort of give me some, where is the money going to? Which charities do you support?
Well, the main charities, I'm sorry, I have to,
no,
my age is such that I have to look at paperwork. It's the Alliance, where am I here? Yeah, no, wrong paper. I hope you can cut out my diddling. I can't find it now. Yeah, here we are. It's our main is the Felixstowe Lions Club's Christmas lights, where we are the main sponsors. We took that over from the Port of Felixstowe when they discontinued that. And then there is the Felixstowe Rotary Club annual fund run, where we are the main sponsors. And if there is any more money left, it goes to Art on the Prom.
Yeah, of course, it's coming up.
Each three-top appeal, Felixstowe CCTV, Wolveston Project, Felixstowe Rugby Club, and Felixstowe Seafarers Centre.
Which I think is very worthwhile, every single one of them. Out of curiosity, does the Christmas tree still come through Felixstowe Port?
Does it come to
Felixstowe? Does it actually come through Felixstowe? I know it used to years and years ago. The actual Christmas tree.
No, I don't know where the tree comes from. But,
no, it always used to come over from Norway, and it used to come through Felixstowe Port. I'm just a bit curious to know whether it still did. It probably comes through Tilbury now, I should imagine. So it's probably changed.
Yeah.
But all those charities are definitely worthwhile. So you are doing a lot for the community. Definitely doing a lot for the community.
We're trying, yes.
You definitely are.
But we depend on the support, of course, from the members of the club.
Exactly. And it's thanks to all of you. It really is. Now, Stephen, you as a person, we're going to come back to the Friend Club, but I want to talk about you as well, because we love. You've been so kind to come and talk to us. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, it's a long story, but I was born in Czechoslovakia, and father was in the diplomatic service, and we were lucky enough to be transferred to or posted in Stockholm in 1939, and then we had the whole war spent there, and came back to Prague after the war, and again father was posted in Helsinki. In 1947, which was lucky because in 1948 we had the communist coup d'etat in Prague.
Yes.
And father became a dissident because he refused to acknowledge the coup government, and we ended up back in Sweden, and where we lived on aliens' passports for 7 years because, of course, the Czechs wouldn't renew our passports, and in Sweden you have to sort of live there for 7 years before you can apply for nationality, and we did that as a family. Sorry, applied for Swedish citizenship, and it's remained like that. I thought changing nationality once in your life was enough, but I came to Middlesbrough in 1959 for a 6 months visa to learn something about British shipping practice, and I liked it very much and decided to try to come back. And 10 years later, I managed to get a job at a line called Svea Line, a Swedish shipping line, with run a service to Felixstowe and Tilbury, and I became based as the UK representative in Felixstowe in 1970, and I'm afraid I'm still here legally. And I've been in shipping all my life, and I'm really retired now, and I enjoy it very much here.
Yes, and, yes.
So I spend my spare time with a little bit of life, like clubbing, like with the Felixstowe Freight Club, and I dabble a little bit in politics, and I have a third of an acre of garden, which keeps me busy.
That must keep you busy.
Oh yes.
Yes, I can understand that. I'm a very keen gardener myself, so it's yeah.
You're welcome to come and help me out.
I'll be giving you ideas all over the place. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible. So yeah, so that's all about Stephen. But going back to the Freight Club, how do you, going forward, how do you see? Obviously, you like new members.
Yes, that's really my mission in the club. I've been asked to look after the public relations and promotions, and we haven't done much in the past because there was no need for it. I mean, the club was so popular that you were lucky to get a ticket.
Yes.
But these days it's the other way around.
Sign of the times, unfortunately.
So we have to go. We do promotion in the usual way. We do press releases, and
yes.
And then of course we write to people, to new people, and try to interest them.
Yes.
So, but mainly, of course, the what draws people to the club is the good entertainment, and that's what we have to try to keep up. I mean, in last December we had Chris Akabusi, and he was absolutely brilliant, and he brought in the punters no problem. But then again, costs a little bit.
Of course it costs.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And the more we pay to the entertainer, less that is
it goes through to the charity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got to
try to
keep
balance
it even keel. Yeah, definitely. You definitely have. I think that, you know, that's what Felixstowe needs, you know, something like that. You know, the Freight Club is absolutely brilliant. So the only thing is, you say, I mean, a lot of the companies have now gone in Felixstowe. I mean, I was made redundant myself last October from a very big shipping company. And it's rather sad because there's other, and I can go back over the years and think of all the names I became familiar with, all the logistic companies or the shipping companies, and they all, so many of them are now gone. You know, it's terrible. You even look at sort of, I can mention Anzani House being absolutely full.
Yeah.
The Route Master going back in, that used to be, when, you know, in its heyday, that used to be full as well. Trelawney House.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is this all gone? You know, it's
I had an office in Trelawney House, and I only got it because our then agent had a bit of influence, so we managed to get an office there.
Yeah.
And I also had an office in Anzani House.
Yes.
And now, but a Route Master is it's so sad when you go past.
Oh, it's a terrible state, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Terrible state. You know, it's not a very good impression for people. You know, coming to the docks and the Dockland area, and that's the first thing you see, more or less, isn't it?
Yes.
On the roundabout, and no, it's very upsetting, very, very upsetting. But you know, I mean, how do you feel with the Gateway in London once that takes off? Do you see that?
Oh, that's a big question. There is a lot of speculation about it, and obviously the Boris, he thinks that it will be it, but I don't know. We have Felixstowe is very, very well strategically placed.
Brilliant.
And of course it costs a lot of money to push these boats around these days. I mean,
it does, I know
they
it
are
does.
big, and so of course the additional steaming time in there is in our favor, and of course the excellent network we have here in terms of roads. I mean, you know, the A14 is going to get a nice facelift, and of course we have a Freightliner, the rail services, which are developing marvelously. So I think Felixstowe is well placed to maintain its position. But, I mean, you know, it only takes a little bit upturn in trade, and we will all be full, have all hands full, you know.
Hopefully.
Oh yes.
Definitely, hopefully. I mean, we spent a fortune on obviously developing the Dock Basin to what it is now. And it keeps expanding. It does keep expanding, doesn't it? You know,
Dock Basin, that brings back memories.
Yes, it definitely does to me as well.
Swedish ships, they went into the Dock Basin, discharging there, you know.
Yes. It was very sad when that was filled in, and it was very sad.
Look at the port. The port is magnificent. I mean, it's there's nothing like it in the UK. I mean, it is really the premier port.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, I've been lucky enough to. I mean, I've been to Southampton, I've been to Tilbury, I've been to Liverpool, I've been to a lot of the other main docks in this country, and as you say, they do not compare. There is no comparison.
No.
We've got something special.
Yeah.
Very, very special. Stephen, it's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
We hope that this will result in hundreds and hundreds of new people streaming to the Freight Club.
I'm sure they will.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure they will.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Stephen.